listening to Getting Real with Réal Andrews and Alex Urbina right here on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. Don't forget to download your free AM 1220 KHTS app and take us with you anywhere. We love to hear from you, so go ahead and call in at any time at 661-298-5487. That's 661-298-KHTS. If we actually answer your question on air, you go into our monthly drawing where you'll get a free 1-hour Skype with me and Alex to help you to, work on your goals. My name is Réal Andrews. I'm a father, a husband, a son. I love sports. I'm a fishing freak. Very, very passionate about health and wellness. Best known for Lieutenant Taggart on General Hospital, and most recently I'm going to be showing up on Days of Our Lives. But I kind of bring the physical, passionate, motivational side of this team. The other side of the team, which I'm really excited about, is Alex Urbina. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm a transformational life coach. Been doing this for a little over 20 years, helping people reach their full potential. So my job is really to open up possibilities for people to see how to access more of their greatness, having them navigate through some of the dysfunctions that we accumulate as we grow up in our homes and in our environments, and really learning how to master themselves in life to be the self-directed leader that they were meant to be.
That's awesome. And what I've really found and what I believed at the beginning and now know more than anything, and we're going to talk about that on today's show. Today's topic is actually the value of a life coach. And, you're going to hear some amazing things, the importance of it. But my vision originally for this show was when I met you, I said, that's the perfect 1, 2, 3 punch. I bring the physical, passionate, motivational side. You bring the emotional, intellectual, spiritual side. And together we both inspire people to be everything they were created to be.
Yeah, I think that, once you and I, partnered up and got committed to supporting each other, I think I noticed your eyes really, started bugging out in your head, and you started realizing that working with me, somebody that is a coach and knows what being coachable looks like, is just like working with a whole different breed. And then you've been working with some of my clients and helping them achieve some success in their life a little faster than probably just normal people coming off the street. And I think that's probably what really the value was for you, is to see that there's people that are working on themselves, and once they get past a certain dysfunction, they're open to coaching, and they just kind of take the instruction and they run with it.
Nice. So, listen, Justin's giving us the eyes over here like crazy. I guess we've got some callers already with some questions. Who do we got on the line, Justin?
Caller, are you there?
Are you there? Hello. Okay, that's technology. Sometimes we'll get back to you. That's how it happens. Sometimes we'll get back on it. What I want noticed, the other day we started this thing called, it's our first thing called Team Inner Circle Team Transformation. It's a really, really intensive 9-day boot camp involving basically what we've talked about. And, the physical side, that's something I've always been aware of. Obviously, that's what I do. But now, on Monday night, we had our first 3-hour intensive with you bringing your side to the thing, and I got to tell you, I was just, blown away. As a coach, was blown away. I was excited about what, I think I can hear him now. Do we have our caller there? Is that Kurt? Do we have you?
I'm here.
Hey, Kurt,
I'm here.
Do you got a question for us,
sir.
Kurt?
You know what? I not only do I have a question, but I have a statement to make. I've been to the Inner Circle, and I was there at that Monday night. And the key for me, just to let everybody know, when you do sign up for this, because I know you're going to want to, these guys are amazing, is go in there with a full open mind, as if you're ready to experience this. Because if you go in there thinking, I've tried everything, it doesn't really work, you really have to go in open-minded and ready to go. And I must say, in 50 years of living, the crap that has built up in my life, a lot of it came out in one session because I was able to open up. And you guys really did an amazing job, and the dynamics in that group was amazing to see.
Yeah, I think the very first session, my commitment to the team was really to help each individual kind of complete their past. In order to do that, I had to create a safe environment for people to share and create some vulnerability to let people realize that there was a safe place, safe environment for them to kind of do some self-reflection and look back at some of the fears and the doubts and the insecurities that they could unconsciously be sabotaging their life. And so a lot of what we did the other night was really just a cathartic release. And I think that when the human spirit experiences that for the first time, it's like, oh my God, I never realized that I had stuff that was stored because it was almost transparent. I couldn't see it. I couldn't feel it. But until you have that experience, it's an actual experiential aha moment. And you can't articulate it. You can't explain it. It's just something that you actually have to go through.
Yeah, there was one thing that stands out to me right now as you're saying that, Alex. I remember thinking, I was really emotional at the end there because I realized that you kept using this thing. That's what living feels like. You got us to the point, being vulnerable, being emotional. And, as I got to know these 9 individuals in this group, that some of them I've known for years, and I didn't know anything other than, hey, come in, this person, and that these were actually really living human beings, and they all had stuff, and they all had emotions and past and everything. And I was sad because I thought about how many people I've had the opportunity to be in front of and train, and I never got to know more than just this was that person and that was their name and this is what they wanted to do. They wanted to lose some weight, and so that was really eye-opening. Kurt, if there was one thing that really stood out to you from that training the other night, or any of the training we've been doing together, me and Alex with you, what would that be right now? The one, I know there's a lot, but one thing that jumps out at you.
Well, one of the most powerful things that happened to me that night was when we were staring into a complete stranger's eyes, and you come out of that 1 minute or 3 minutes or whatever time we had to do it in, you come out of that without speaking to that person. The things that were said and how real it felt just by looking them in the eyes was absolutely breathtaking, just to be able for them to hear, how did you hear that? How did you feel that? How did you know that? This is just by looking at someone's eyes. So I felt amazed by what you guys have put on there.
Yeah, thank you, Kurt, for calling in. I appreciate that. I want to talk a little bit about, when he says, I put him in an experiential exercise where you get an opportunity to make eye contact with people. And what you start to find out from an unconscious state is, wow, I never realized how challenging this can be to really make eye contact with people. And you start to reflect and realize that I don't do this very often in my life, and how unconscious of me that we look at people, but we don't look into them. We kind of glance at them, and how sad it is that, we walk by the hallways past the people we love the most, and we don't really make eye contact and we don't connect. I think as human beings, when we're unconscious, we don't really deeply connect with people, and that's what you were experiencing. You got a taste of what it's like to really be in a safe environment where you're able to really connect with your eyes only. And you don't realize that you can actually communicate with your eyes. It's like speaking from soul to soul, and that's the wake-up call that you guys got.
Yeah, and we got another caller. We're going to jump to Melissa next, but I just wanted to say, because for me, there were so many huge things, but for me, when we did that drill, I got very, very sad because I realized after 14 years of marriage, 15 years of marriage with my wife, oh gosh, I'm going to get my butt kicked for that one. 15 years of marriage with my beautiful wife, and knowing her probably 18, 19 years, we did a 3-minute drill where we didn't say anything. We just looked in each other's eyes, and I felt that I shared more with that person in 3 minutes than I had with my wife in 17 years, and I want that. I want that feeling. I want that relationship with the woman that I chose in front of God to spend the rest of my life with. So I'm really excited about this training and looking forward to that. I just want to say one thing. Kurt, I know you're a plumber by trade, but if you're still listening, were you calling us from your bathroom? Because it sounded like you were in your bathroom. Hey, so Melissa, I think we got Melissa on the call. Are you on the call, Melissa?
Yes, I am.
Great. We're glad that you called in. You got a question or comment for us?
Yeah, I have a comment. I, too, am a part of the Inner Circle group. And, going into it, I was actually talking to Kurt. And, he was harping on me a little bit because I was going to miss a lot of the classes, and I wasn't going to be able to be as involved. And one thing led to another, and I didn't go fishing, and my plans, got changed, and I was able to be a part of the inner circle. And he said it was going to be life-changing. And I kind of hummed and hawed at him a little bit because I didn't really think that it would be. And I was like, okay, it seems like a great opportunity to get more shape and to, dig a little deeper and to reflect on who I am. And on Monday night, the vulnerability that we had, I was talking to one of the other team members, and the vulnerability that we had on Monday night trickled into Tuesday and then trickled again into today's workout, where it's like I thought I had worked through all that stuff that I had gone through, and to be present in my life and to revisit all of that, all of a sudden the floodgates opened and a different Melissa came out. It was just very interesting to realize that, our past does affect us, but we have to walk through it, and if we miss a little bit from walking through it, we have to walk through it again.
Yeah, that's some great insight. Thank you for sharing that. When you were talking about realizing that as you were connecting with another human being and you said, I want that feeling, I want that experience with my wife, what you're describing is intimacy. The distinction of intimacy is allowing someone to see into you, bringing your walls down so that somebody can look into your soul, to see your weakness, to see your fear. It's exposing yourself. And you just got a taste of what it's like to be able to, for once in your life, and probably in a long time, since you were a kid, is to be able to be that vulnerable. And you probably realize that it was an amazing experience. You're like, I want this with my loved ones. I want this with the people that I say I love the most, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And, Melissa, we share something very in common. As you heard me at the top of the show, my listeners, I'm a fishing freak. And I know you're a fishing freak and you love to fish. So the big thing for you at the time was you had this fishing trip and everything, and so it was one of those things. It was a sacrifice, and Kurt was sharing with you, I was sharing with you, and we've got to make sacrifices a lot of times for the better good, and it was one of those things. I love to fish. I walked away from fishing for 3 years so that I can fish forever, whenever I want, with whomever I want. So do you feel at this point right now that sacrifice that you made was worth it?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm really excited to continue this journey with everyone, and I'm not going to have anything planned on any of the other sessions that we have or any of the other workouts that we have.
Hopefully, more importantly, you don't self-sabotage yourself. That more than anything, you don't sabotage yourself. And I want to say this. Be ready to bring it, because I'm going to turn it up. I'm going to turn the heat up next Monday, so it's going to get way more intense. We haven't even scratched the surface, and I don't mean to scare you. I mean to really empower you to be ready to take it on.
Awesome. Real quick, Melissa. We got a bunch of callers waiting. One thing so far in the trainings, the physical training, the workshop Monday night with your teammates. One thing that's really made a difference for you jumps out on your heart right now.
Knowing that I'm not alone, that's one of the biggest things. When we were asking some of the tough questions, we were all standing in a line, and Coach Alex said, please step forward if you've had A, B, and C happen, and then step back. And there were several things that stuck out where me and a few of the other team members stepped forward, and there was like an instant bond between us. And since that time, I feel like I have a family and close friends like I've never had before, and it's all because we share a common experience. I think that was the take home of it. And I noticed on this morning in the gym, same thing, that connection was still there. and we were pushing each other, and it was completely different. So that was my take home of it. It was really nice.
Yeah, I was really excited. I was looking forward to today's class. I shared with Alex because I knew it was going to go to a whole nother level. And listen, we're going to go into the nutrition tip of the week real quick. I know we got some callers on the line. I don't want to have to cut you off, so we'll come back to you in the second segment. But the nutrition tip of the week that I wanted to share with you guys is this: as we go into the holiday season, is portion control. Okay, you know, and we've all heard this. I'm going to have a cheat day. What I really want to be specific with: no cheat days. You can have a cheat meal, but a cheat day is really setting you up for major disaster, because that cheat day becomes 2 days and 3 days. Go ahead, enjoy, you know, pick it, plan it, be intentional. People don't plan to fail, they fail to plan. So if you know that you've got a Christmas party coming up on Thursday and your regular cheat meal is on Sunday, make it on Thursday so you can go out, enjoy your party, have your cheat meal at that party or that function, and then stay on track. Plan for success. You know what your calendar looks like. You know what your week looks like. You know, plan accordingly. So
basically you're saying don't let Thanksgiving be a cheat week, and don't let Christmas and New Year's be a cheat month.
Absolutely. That's good. That's good. So you're listening to Getting Real with Réal Andrews and Alex Rubina right here on your hometown station, AM 1220, KHTS. We'll be coming right back with some amazing questions. Thanks for listening.
Here's a